Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a good one for you today. We're going to plant my favorite thing to eat out of the garden, turnip green. Comes turnip greens down here in the south in North Alabama. We grow them mainly for the green. We do eat the turnips, but we don't necessarily grow them for that. So we just sow them thick, and we'll pick them and cook them and eat them. We'll cook them down a little bit, freeze them, so we'll have them all winter long. Although these turnips will make it till deep into the winter until we get a killing frost. And in some cases, sometimes they'll come back in the spring and you can pick on them again. So we're going to use this raised bed that we had zucchini in. So I went ahead and prepped the bed. I put a fresh layer of compost on it. And turnip greens is some of the easiest that you can plant and grow. So I get my turnip seeds from G&O Feed and Seed, which is a local place here. And they sell them by the pound. And they just weigh them out and put them in a plastic bag. So all you're gonna do is just sprinkle them across the ground and lightly cover them up, and they'll germinate and grow for you. So all I do is just start sprinkling the seeds. If you can see, these seeds are fairly small, and all we do is just sprinkle them across the ground. Now keep in mind, like I said, we grow these for the greens, not necessarily the turnips. If you was wanting to grow turnips, you would definitely need to spread them out a little bit. But that's all we're gonna do is come through here and plant them thick. And with as much rain and that we've got down here, and got more coming in tonight and tomorrow and Thursday, it won't take much to do it. And a little bit of the seed goes a long way, but that's how I plant them. But once you get your seed sowed, all we're gonna do is just turn the rake up with the forks setting up. And we're just gonna lightly just move the soil around. Just put just a little bit of soil on the top of it. And just work your way down your bed until you get all your seeds covered. And these turnips will germinate just laying on the ground. But you don't want to get them covered too deep. But you just lightly cover them up with the soil, and that's all you got to do to plant your turnip greens. This one bed here will produce a lot of turnip greens, but any bed that I don't have wood chips in, like where I plant squash or cabbage or something like that, where I use the wood chips as a mulch, any open bed like this, I will put turnip greens in them through the winter. And over here where the peas are, once I get those up, I'll put a fresh layer of compost down on it, and I will sow every bit of that in turnip green. It keeps the soil from being uncovered through the winter, and I'm sure I get a lot of deer visits, and I'm sure they appreciate it. But I'm able to share a whole lot of turnip greens with anybody and everybody that wants some. So we got this planted, and it should germinate in 4 or 5 days. And then we'll come back and take a look, let you see what it looks like when it germinates. Then we'll move forward another week, and you'll really see them start to grow. And we pick them when the leaves are about this tall, tender greens. Some of the old folks used to call them down here, they want them tender greens. They want them when they're small. And they are better when they're a little bit smaller. But this is one of those things where you can come through and cut the greens and it'll just come back. It's like cut and come again style stuff, like some of your lettuce and stuff. You can just keep picking on it and keep picking on it, and it'll just keep producing for you. So we'll check back in when the seeds start to germinate, let you see what that looks like. All right, it's been 3 days since we planted the turnip green. You can see how quick it germinates. We've had decent rain about every evening since we planted them. So this is what they'll look like once they get germinated and start coming on. It won't be, I'd probably say 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, we can start picking on these. Doesn't take long for them to go. So we'll check back in a week or so and let you see how they look like at that point. All right, here they are. We're probably 3.5, probably 4 weeks in. You see they're doing pretty good. They're not as thick as I wanted them to be. And I can see a lot of small that underneath there that has germinated and coming on. But for what we do with them is to pick the green. It's right where we need them to be, so we'll start picking on these. Now, one thing, if you're going to grow these for the turnips itself, you'll definitely need to thin them out. And you can see that right there. You'll want to thin them out so they'll have plenty of room to grow the turnips and everything that you'll want if you want those. So, but that's how you plant turnip greens. So, if you want to give it a try, it's the time of year to do it. All right, thanks for watching.